I want to take a minute in this video to talk about escape characters. Escape characters are a pretty simple topic, but sometimes they're new to people, and I assume that since this is an introduction to programming class, that's probably a number of folks in the audience here. So this is the example I have, and basically if I go ahead and run it, you'll get a result like this. Let me break it down for us. Let me go back here a little bit. So let's say I'm going to go ahead and print out something like, hi. Let's see. Or better yet, let me think of something else. You're done. Okay, so if we run this, it prints this out. And if I were to go through and use single quotes, which in Python are pretty much interchangeable, it would give us an error message. And it's because it sees the middle quote there as ending the first one. Now I can get around this by using double quotes. I could even try to put a double quote inside of here, which makes it happy, but it doesn't look all that great. So there are times where instead you may want to escape the normal way something is presented and use an alternate way for something to be presented. Thus the escape character, a backslash. Putting that backslash in before the single quote causes it to behave a little differently. It assumes that it is not the end of the quoted string of characters. It assumes it's just another display character and acts that way. Now you can, if you wanted to, you could do something like this. I want to say C:\\\, let's say underscore Python class. Which is a folder we've been using for our classwork. Okay, actually this worked just fine. Let's type double quotes and see if I can break it. Cool, it worked fine too. So let's see if I do this without the underscore. Okay, and how about if this was a T? Or better yet, a lowercase t. Well, now it acts as if I asked it to put a tab in there. You see the T doesn't exist. It assumed that I wanted to put a /T or a tab. New line would add a carriage return there. Gave me a carriage return at that point. R does the same thing. In a Windows environment, it's kind of odd. They combine the carriage return and the line feed. Can't really see it in there, but there is one in there. They combine the carriage return line feed to represent like a carriage return, like hitting enter on your keyboard. This goes back to long ago, back when people used manual typewriters, where you would hit a bar to return the carriage as it went from, let's see, it was right to left, I guess, left to right. You'd hit the bar, it would return the little wheel or the bar, but then you had to roll it forward to get a new line. So you'd return the carriage, you roll it forward to get the new line. And as such, in a Windows environment, a lot of times you'll see new line and a carriage return, both, a combination. It depends on a number of things as to whether you use both or one. In a Mac, we don't have this problem. But in the Windows environment, sometimes you'll need one, sometimes you need both. Basically, if one isn't doing it for you, use the other. If the other's still not doing it for you, use both, and you're done. You don't have to worry about trying to sleuth out when it's going to occur. Again, on the Macintosh, it's not a big deal. You just put in /R, I think, or /N, and it'll take care of it. So what if you want, though, to go ahead and include, let's say it did start with a Python class. Let's say that we want to do that. Well, you can escape it by putting in 2 backslashes. And now it'll go ahead and print out /n because it's escaped that escape character. Throughout the book, and of course in this chapter in particular, you'll see examples of this going forward. So // is escape the slash, escape the single quote, the double quote, add a tab, add a new line, add a carriage return. And that's just kind of what shows up. That is very, very common throughout the industry. Sometimes they'll use different characters for the escape character, but in general, the pattern is true in all languages you'll come across. Hope that makes sense, and we're talking about the line continuation character next. You'll see what that does in just a minute when they watch the next video. Till then,